And welcome back to another episode of Main Street Prowlers. As you can see, fans just want to have fun. And I do want to make this comment is that we're just a fan show. Just remember that, guys. So we have no affiliation with the actual league or the teams.
Yeah. We just like promoting the hockey.
Mm.
You know, trying to, enjoy it and promote it. And
so, with that being said, I wasn't able to go this weekend, but how was the weekend this week?
Well, surprisingly, the Blind Rush should have made an appearance tonight, but he was so ashamed of himself, he did not want to be here for Friday night's game, because of Friday night's game.
Do you blame him?
And I'm not saying that the bad calls were just one way. They were still both ways, but worse on the Prowlers. There was actually a goal that should never have counted, and our goalie froze the puck with his glove. With the glove freeze, that's supposed to have blown the whistle. Their player shoved his stick underneath the goalie's glove and pushed the puck in. But I will give it, too, that we did have a goal yesterday that shouldn't have counted, too. But, and that's what I mean. It goes both ways. It does. But ones like that, and then, goaltender interference, Matt Graham was shoved into the goalie big time by their team. And he gets 2 minutes. There was a hooking call, which was not hooking. No, he got a high stick, excuse me.
Something like that.
He got a high stick for the call, but he was hooked. And as he went down, his stick hit the guy. So if you want to call the high stick, fine. But it should have been called both ways.
Right. And
because I understand, even when you're going down, they say you're supposed to try and have full control of your equipment. But to me, that should have been called both ways.
Right.
Not just one call.
Exactly.
If you want to do what they did. So.
With that being said, let's get Rob on the phone here to see what he thinks. Because he is, unfortunately, I didn't be able to be here tonight. And so let's see if Michael answers too. And we got Rob. How you doing, Rob?
Hello. Doing good.
So we were just talking about how the calls were not exactly going exactly as they should have. So what's your thoughts on the games this weekend?
The referees should have done a little more better on the
Friday nights.
Friday night, definitely. Especially like Dayton was saying that the show with Matt Graham should have been called.
And then, Saturday, our guys just didn't, like I say, they didn't play 60-minute hockey.
Right.
That had nothing to do with the refs. They had a good lead, and then they just slowed down, it seemed like.
Right.
Yeah.
But props to them for Sundays.
All right.
They played the whole game.
Which is a good thing because they needed that win.
And that shows. That's what we're talking about.
60-minute
hockey, and this is what they can do.
Michael Dutch says, why do they always lose?
Because they're not playing 60-minute hockey.
Exactly.
They're playing 20-minute, the whole 20 minutes of the first period usually, slack in the second period, and then playing catch-up in the third.
And that's we talk about this night in and night out.
Yep.
As we have an amazing team.
Yeah.
It's the fact that they can't be scared to be kicked off the team. They need to play.
They got to hit more too.
Yes. Get the physical game down. It needs to come from everybody as well, not just a few players.
The problem is that if you look at Friday night's game, you can see why some of them are scared to hit. It seems like every time they do something, they get a penalty.
Exactly.
And again, I'm not saying it's just one way. I've seen other calls that should have been called on us, too. And they didn't get called.
Exactly.
But Friday nights was more. If you look at the penalty sheet, It was, pretty
bad.
one-sided.
And especially, you need to stay out of the box.
Yep.
I don't care how the refereeing is going this weekend. You need to
Try and control your temper and, because that's the only thing I'm going to say on the Watertown Carolina game. A lot of that wasn't necessary for either.
Yeah.
For their game even this weekend.
Everything could have been prevented.
Yeah. And a lot of it is to do with the referee and the whole league. Mm-hmm. If they get keep the stuff under control, the guys won't be doing what they're doing.
Exactly. And my last comment about this is that I think this is the weekend where I think the league is looking in itself, and hopefully things start changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that.
But other than that, when you make the hockey news, I'm sorry, but when you make the hockey news for something like that, though, that's kind of...
Yeah. Well, it was kind of funny for the one thing that hit the hockey news, the Joe Pace and... that was as a comical type thing, because it's those two are always every time they play, they fight. Every game they play, those two fight. Mm-hmm. But then they pat each other on the back or head, as they're leaving the ice. It's that love-hate relationship on hockey, on the ice. And
it was Kelly that actually showed me the John Boy video. That it's like, wait, what? Seriously? Because John Boy, if anybody is actually really into sports reviews, John Boy is a huge baseball and hockey reviewer.
Yeah.
And so to have that kind of thing on there.
Well, he was actually asked to do an FPHL, because I was listening to what he was saying about it. He was asked to do an FPHL segment. So that's what he picked. When he was going through some of it, and he's seen all these fights between Joe Pace and,
I mean, it's awesome, but...
I was like, okay.
It's either Joe fighting with Schmidt or Williams fighting with Schmidt.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say that myself.
Yep.
Nick and Schmidt.
Remember, though, guys, if you have any questions, just like Michael, put them down in the comments section.
Oh, yeah.
So, and Bobby, hi.
Yep. And if you're on here right now, Kevin, hello.
Yeah, hi, Kevin.
Hello.
I know we haven't said that in the last few weeks, so we're sorry about that.
We're just real busy with last-minute setups and, talking about Silver Sticks, because, January is a big month for Silver Sticks in Port Huron.
Yeah.
So
definitely which I'm kind of sad that that's gone now.
Yeah,
but.
we'll be back next year.
Mm-hmm.
Next year is another year.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And from the sounds of it, it's going to be another terrific year.
Yes.
So.
Hopefully it'll be open up to the Canadian teams.
Exactly.
That way we can get 64 to 70 teams for the weekend.
Nothing wrong. I'm not complaining about the Flags going to the semifinals, but.
Well, you know what? I don't think this last weekend the last group that played they played their hearts out.
Yeah, they
both
did.
teams did. Mm-hmm. Both of them made it pretty far.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're always troublemakers. Come on. But.
Yeah, we are troublemakers, Jeff.
But
and we're the East Upper Rowdy group, so I actually had offended a guy this weekend, and tell us that we should be ashamed of ourselves for our language.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah, that's
the first time that somebody actually came up to us and said something like that, wasn't it, David?
Yeah, it was like they don't like our chanting against the goalie and calling the goalie a jackass. They say that we should be ashamed of ourselves. There's kids in the arena. But how many parents actually come up to us and tell us to keep it up?
Mm-hmm.
Razz the goalie, get the goalie off his game. And they'll tell, some of them actually tell us they can't hear us that well, it's louder.
I know I've had one person actually ask us, where is the East Upper Rowdies lately? I was like, so we just haven't been in full force lately. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, sometimes there's nights where if they got the music going too loud that you can't hear us.
Exactly.
If they got other things going,
And we got this George person all commenting over on Twitch saying the referees are blind.
They are. Lately they are. And that's what we're talking about. It's like when you have that many missed calls, and it don't matter which team, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's us or them. Too many bad calls, that's when guys really start taking matters in their own hand.
Exactly.
And the big fights happen. Or big checks that shouldn't happen. The cross checks, the board, and the stuff like that.
Mm.
Yeah, once the ref starts getting involved, it starts getting ugly.
Mm.
So.
And that's what we're trying to avoid, though, too. It's like we love our hard hitting games, but especially when you have people going down injured, getting concussions, it's too much.
We don't want nobody hurt. We want to be able to see all the players play and enjoy, and have a really good hockey game. Sundays was a great game, back and forth. We scored, they scored. Back and forth. Just our guys definitely wanted it more this weekend for Sunday.
Especially that one goal, they were disgusting in the third period. It was like an in and out quick.
From what I've been told, that one actually never went in.
Oh, it never went in?
No.
Talk about goals. I was reading up because it's kind of weird because the Olympics are going on right now.
Yeah.
So the women's tournament is going on before the men's. I don't know if anybody knew this, but the USA versus, I believe it was Finland game. They played full time, and then they had to come back for an additional 2 minutes.
Let me see a puck from that. I want to show you something. That ghost goal that I told you about during Silver Six the 1 year actually happened over the weekend. Mm-hmm. The puck went into the corner of the net, right around the goal post, and went up on the side and went rolling out.
Dang.
Never was seen. That was a goal, and it was called off.
Wow.
Exactly the way I described it the day, when I was doing Silver Sticks, when I was working goal judging, that actually happened over the weekend. It's like, you never dream that you're going to ever see that again because it's one of those fluke shots. It caught the inside of the goalpost where it crossed the line and just rolled around the bar and out.
Right, and so it's just kind of weird that it's...
Because it was so fast, the refs didn't have time to catch it to go in.
And it happened in a few different games too, internationally and as well as...
Yes, it's like...
Yep.
So it's kind of... It's like, what the hell is going on this weekend?
Well, that's why, that day I was told next time just leave my light on, and make the ref come over and actually talk to me because, that ain't... If you feel it's a goal, you're supposed to be able to discuss it with the refs.
Exactly.
Because you're the goal judge. You're the part of the say. They do have the final say, grant you. But you're supposed to be able to discuss it with them if you feel it's a goal.
Exactly.
And
that's where goal judges will determine the outcome of the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just like finding out that I, working penalty box, I was allowed to give somebody a penalty, and I never knew that.
Right.
And after all these 12 years, I never had to before until, like I said, that this past season. It's like, wow.
But...
tell the fans to F off. Not while you're sitting in the box, at least.
Right. In the locker room, that might be a different story.
Yeah.
But you can't really tell the fans to F off in the locker room, can you?
You can, but they're not going to hear you.
It's the problem of we don't want that many people to hear that.
Right.
So, so any more comments about this weekend before we get into the stats? So,
not really.
Other than like I said, the referee, and I think it was a really good weekend. Our guys showed a lot of improvement. Even the Friday night game in the beginning, it was going back and forth. It's just when they, and Saturday, same thing. They're showing that they wanted it, and then they just, third period, just died down. They didn't play.
right.
And it's like, they weren't hitting no more. They weren't doing nothing, it seemed like.
Exactly.
So, but other than that, I think it was a great weekend of hockey. Great weekend.
Yeah, it was a good time.
So, but with Friday though, there is a lot of good things to take away because the second period has always been our weakest period.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be honest about that.
Oh yeah.
But they showed a lot of improvement.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even with the bad refereeing going both directions, like I said, our guys never gave up Friday. They never gave up Friday.
And so even though they lost, they can take that out as a win.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff, like we said, no matter how you look at it.
Right.
There's some good stuff to take out of and actually implement into future games.
Yep.
So, but with that being said, at least let's get this started though.
Yep.
So Friday night we lost 5-4, but it was a close game, 4-4 after 2, so that's a good thing. 42-33 in shots. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah.
So, but Tyler Jurich got first star, 2 goals, 1 assist. Dalton J got 2 goals, 1 assist for the second star, and Cameron Yarwood got 1 assist for the third star. This is important to hear right now too. These first 3 goals were all scored by Port Huron against a Binghamton team that is surging in the standings right now.
Yeah.
That's trying to make their case to get back to the first place team. So this is a huge ordeal to have the first 3 goals of the game. So 2:22 in the first. Alex Johnson opened the scoring with assists from Stephen Fowler and Mike Moroso. 5:27 mark, Dalton J scores on a assist from Sam Merritt and Matt Graham. And then Port Huron goes up 3-0. 8:32 of the first. Dalton J from Sam Merritt and Gino Mini. And then this is where everything gets interesting because on the power play at 9:11, Justin Levac scores for Binghamton, who was just traded from Port Huron to Binghamton. Assists from Jurich and Storm. 1924, Gavin Yates scores for Binghamton to come within 1 with assists from Yanderville and Brendan Contrado. Contrado is another name that we should recognize right there too.
Yeah.
So that's what's with everybody like scoring against us, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then 1956, Nikita Iversenkin ties up the game with assists from Aldworth and Fitzgerald. And then 14:57 into the second, Edmund Foley gets a shorthander from Dalton J. So Jay has a prodigy there.
Well, yeah.
18:06 though, on the power play, Jurich scores from assists from Yarwood and Kyle Powell. And then finishing up the scoring, 5-4, 12-13 into the third. Jurich scores with assists from Levac and Kyle Powell. So that's something to. It wasn't just a one and done game.
No.
They fought to the end. But with that being said, though, we'll get into the penalties after this break. Just remember, the MainStreetBlueWater.com might be down right now. We'll be going live within the next few days here again, as we're doing a lot of updates. But remember, once it goes live, though, we'll have our merchandise back up, all our past episodes as well, all our nerd stuff. So go there in the next few days, support us, and definitely ask us any questions you want. Put it in the comment section if you want to ask us any questions. It doesn't even have to be about hockey or anything either if you want us to talk about something specific, right?
Yeah.
So, but with that being said, though, we'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Hey guys. guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
Well, not really. We got the league wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get caught. That one was good.
Hey there, I'm Chris.
And I'm Kelly.
You might remember One Love Weekly used to be called One News Weekly. Well, that was season 1, and now we're coming into season 2. We've changed up the format, and we're bringing the news to you in a more personal issue. We're going to give you more real-life situations to react to these news stories and how you can love thy neighbor more. And I'm excited to bring on my co-host and correspondent, Kelly.
That's me. Hey, wherever you're listening to, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever platform suits your fancy, just make sure that you give us a subscribe and a follow and a share and whatever else you want to do. Make sure that you tell your friends about us.
And I hope you enjoy for the future episodes.
Hey, this is James Woolman here from Great Lakes Gaming. Are you looking for an excuse to get out of the house? Well, if so, we're your excuse. We have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering games all week long. We run leagues, and we're also open 7 days a week. Every Thursday, we are running disc golf leagues at Houndwoods Middle School from 5 to 7, all through the spring and summer. Recently, we have become part of the WPN network of Wizards of the Coast. We're going to be starting trivia on Tuesdays, and we run a Super Smash tournament the first Saturday of every month. So that should be plenty of reasons for you to get out of the house.
And we're back, guys, for another segment. We with all the laughs and all the fun part behind us, let's get into this penalty summary. So, 8 minutes and 36 seconds into the first, Stavros Salas gets a tripping call for Port Huron. And then 14-10, Arnott's back?
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Arnott got the high sticking, and then that's it for the first. 12:42, Yates for Binghamton gets a tripping call. 14:02, Matt Graham gets that goal interference. 17:58, Nick Williams gets a cross-checking. And then 2:22, Thomas Alderworth gets a tripping. And 4:14, Gino D'Angelo gets a tripping. And at this game, there was 811 people.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Craziness, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not even going to that one. So, this game is going to be a mouthful. Saturdays. I believe that was 15 goals.
Yep.
Yeah.
So no shortage of
As I said, it was back and forth.
Yeah.
It was a really good game. Other than
but it's kind of sad because after 2 we were up 3-2.
Yep.
So losing, that was a wild third period though.
Oh yeah.
So 36-31 in shots, Binghamton's. Tyler Jurich gets the first star again with 2 goals. Don J gets the second again with 2 goals, and then Brandon Contrado gets the third star with 2 goals and 1 assist. Binghamton gets the scoring off the ground with a goal by Tyler Jurich, assisted by Justin Levesque and Emil Storm. And then Port Huron answers back with the Dalton J goal at 17:29, assisted by Sam Merritt and Gino Mini. 1904, Binghamton goes up 2-1 with a Brandon Contrado goal, assisted by Danny Vanderwall and Gavin Yates. 18:21 into the second, Isaiah Crawford ties up the game with the assist from Dante Chifrende and Stavros Salas. And then Port Huron goes on top 3-2 with a goal from Dalton J at 12:34 into the second, assists by Sam Merritt and Brad Denny. And then Binghamton ties up the game at 1:13 in the third with Emil Storm no assists goal. Binghamton goes up 4-3. Danny Vanderwolf scores at the 2:35 mark of the third with an assist by Brandon Contrado. And then 5-3 Tyler Jurich goal at 3:49, assist by Justin Levesque. The 5:50 mark, Thomas Alderworth gets a Binghamton goal to put them up 6-3 with an assist by Powell. Port Huron gets another goal from Evan Foley at the 7:07 mark, assist by Stephen Fowler and Dante Sufrende. And then Binghamton gets a power play goal at 8:31 from Justin Levesque, assist by Emil Storm and Cameron Yarwood. And then Binghamton scores again. Nikita Avsingin, assist by Colin Fitzgerald. Binghamton's 9th goal at 13:48 was by Brandon Contrado, assist by Cameron Yarwood and Denny Vanderwall. Sorry. And then Port Huron gets a power play goal at the 15:05 mark with a goal off of Alex Johnson, assist by Joe Noonan. And then 16:37 to end the game at 9-6. Port Huron scores again with a goal by Nick Williams, assist by Brendan Young and Stavros Salas. This is a short penalty summary.
Yeah.
So again.
Yes, it is.
Nick Williams gets a charging call at 14:07. Colin Fitzgerald at 17:18 gets a trip. Brennan Young in the third at 8:19 gets a tripping call. Tyler Becker from Binghamton gets a cross check at 14:07. 16:39, Josh Newberg gets a delay of game for Binghamton. And then 17:46, Port Huron gets too many men, which was served by Brendan Young.
Which was a crock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That the too many, how they came up with too many men on the ice. The whistle blew, and players came out on the ice to do the line change, and they were the refs were already all the way up ice to get ready to drop the puck, and then went back to the other side of the arena.
That's stupid.
I don't know what they're calling because the ref said no line change. Maybe they pulling that on us because all night they were doing that too. No line, putting their hand up wouldn't let the teams change lines.
And it wasn't just off icing either.
You know.
I'm so glad I wasn't there.
But yeah, so I don't understand that situation because I've never seen that before. A ref putting their hands up, not letting the guys change.
Right.
As you know, we complain a lot about the refs not letting us get the last line change either. And that happened quite a bit this weekend. You know, the Penguin team would deliberately leave 2 players sitting on the bench, have 3 players on the ice while we get our line out, but then they'll send the rest of their line out. Which, that's not how lines change supposed to go. We're supposed to be able to look at what they put out there and be able to counter it.
Exactly. And that's why you have home ice advantage, at least you're supposed to.
Right.
So, but what can you do when you're fighting the refs themselves, right?
Yeah.
Getting in this last game, though, it's going to be a 7-6 win finally for Port Huron.
Yep.
At least we got one of the weekend. Can't complain about that, right?
No.
47 shots to 34 for Port Huron. Alex Johnson gets the first star with 2 goals and 2 assists. Sam Merritt gets the second star with a 1 goal and 2 assists. And then Stavros Salas gets the third star with 2 assists. Binghamton does get the go-ahead goal, though, to open the game at 4:11 in the first. Gino D'Angelo assists from Nikita Ivasinkin and Kyle Powell. 6:26, though, ties up the game. Port Huron gets the power play goal from Dalton J. Assists by Sam Merritt and Alex Johnson. 10:44, Alex Johnson gets the goal to put them up 2-1. Stavros Salas and Gino Mini get the assists. 11:35 into the first, Stephen Fowler puts the Prowlers up 3-1. Assist by Evan Fowley and Mike Moroso. And then to finish off the first, Binghamton comes within 1 at the 1918 mark with a goal from Emil Storm, assist by Colin Fitzgerald and Cameron Yearwood. And then on the power play, Port Huron gets a goal from Zachary Farushra and assists by Sam Merritt and Stephen Fowler to go up 4-2. 10:57, Port Huron goes up 5-2 with a goal from Sam Merritt, assist by Dalton J. and Alex Johnson. 13:24 into the second, though, Binghamton gets a power play goal from Nika Ivasakin, assist by Josh Newberg and Cameron Yearwood. 16:58, Binghamton gets another goal from Ivasakin and the assist by Josh Newberg and Brendan Contrado. And then 1 minute and 12 seconds into the third, Tyler Jerk ties up the game for Binghamton, assist by Kyle Powell and Emil Storm. And then 6:10, Port Huron takes another lead, 6-5. Isaiah Crawford gets the goal, assist by Stavros Salas and Zachary Farushra. And then on the power play, 11:01, Binghamton scores with the goal from Emil Storm, assist by Kyle Powell and Tyler Jurich. And then the game winner at 11:36, Port Huron scores from Alex Johnson, assist by Gino Mini and Stephen Fowler. Those last 2 games.
And the penalty summary was short again as well.
Which is, I'll be honest, I was expecting long.
Yeah, I did too. I honestly did. If they would have called a lot of stuff they should have called, they should have been huge.
Yeah.
If not suspensions.
Tyler Becker opens the penalty summary, though, for Binghamton at 4:38 with a tripping call. Brad Denny at 3:19 of the second gets a tripping call.
You called that one wrong, Chris. That was a hooking minor.
Hooking, yes. You hooker. And then Stephen Fowler at 6:19 gets a delay of game. Cameron Yarwood gets a goal. I'm tired, guys. Cameron Yarwood at 6:35 gets a penalty for tripping. Are you right over there?
Yeah.
Alex Johnson gets a interference at 11:32 into the second. 14:24, Nick Williams becomes a hooker. And then 10-12, Dustin Henning goes in for hooking as well.
I wonder what his mother thought about that.
I mean, I don't think I want to find out, but, 747 showed up to this game.
Which is actually really good for a Sunday. Really
Exactly.
good. And if you looked around the arena, it definitely, you would say that was about right.
Yeah.
Because you got to admit, there's been times that we're sitting in there, and they'll announce the number, and it's like, that's got to be tickets sold, not what's in the arena.
Right. And that's, but with that being said, though, that's, as they had...
Because we know there's a lot more tickets sold a lot of times than what we know of. If people don't show, because you got your season ticket holders that don't always show up, which I know a couple that weren't there this weekend. You got your people that buy the VIP boxes, for the year, that have 10 tickets minimum per game.
Exactly. So that's a lot of tickets just right there.
Yeah.
So, any more comments before we get into the final segment of the episode? This episode went by fast, guys.
Yeah, I know. It did. Not really.
I think, like I said, other than the few issues, the referee issue, and other than that, I think everything. It was a really good weekend for hockey. You guys played hard. They worked. They did work hard. I just wish they'd do like they did for Friday night's game and Sunday's game. Play the whole 60 minutes. Don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep playing your heart out. Start playing that 60-minute hockey.
Exactly.
Because it showed over this weekend, the type of scores, that they can get, if they play the full game.
Exactly. So we have a chance to move up in the standings coming up this weekend. We will be playing Carolina, so it's going to be a home and home series.
Yeah, and I hate these. I hate home and homes.
First one of the season.
It's not the.
Nah, technically no.
No.
No?
Because you have to think about the Mississippi games.
Where we played
that's right.
Because those were actually our home games. We played one game there, then went over to Columbus to play. Or was it two games in one game? Something like that. However it worked out.
You're right. But Friday night, though, we will be playing at 7:05 at home on Friday, the 11th.
Yep.
Yep.
I won't be there because I'll be out of town. I'll be honest.
We will.
I'm sorry, guys.
So where are you heading this time?
Ohio. We're going to meet up with some friends, so it'll be nice. Walker is going to finally meet some kids that... Some of them are actually going to be around his age, too, so that'll be nice for him.
Yeah.
And Rob, how many times did you get punched this weekend?
I don't think none.
Yeah, you did. Justin was punching you.
Oh,
Because you kept
right.
saying that they're going to get the 10th goal. They're going to get a 10th goal. Every time we turned around, they were near our goal.
Right.
Oh, there's 10. There's 10. So Justin was punching them.
I'm surprised you didn't push him out on the ice.
I was getting ready to.
But it's all good. We did good. Our guys did really good this weekend.
Yeah, they do. Let's hope this carries over into next weekend, though, because we're going to need it. Carolina's our biggest rival, so we're going to need that push.
So I was also thinking we need to look at next month's schedule, hockey schedule, and see which day the Red Wings play, and possibly do a road trip to our Red Wing games next month.
Yes.
Because I actually have a little extra money next month to work with.
So we need to go.
It'll have to be on a Saturday.
But like I said, we have to make sure there's not a Prowler game because I'm not going to give a Prowler game, honestly, being season ticket holder. For, I love going to Red Wings, but I also want to be there to support the Prowlers because that's where I spent most of my money right now.
Exactly.
Yep, same here.
So,
we'll get that all taken care of, and then we might even do a segment on that as well. So,
well, there goes the idea that you said because he's not going to be in town Friday night. You said to get a hold of Diane and possibly give him one of the tickets to go because we got to use those up before because you can't use them for playoffs. Even if we make the playoffs or not, you can't use them for playoffs.
Okay.
So we still have 2 vouchers.
Matt Graham in one of our comments, it looks like we may have a 16 playoff format.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah,
though.
I did talk to somebody how that possibly would work. You'd have the 2 lowest two top teams get a bye. Then the next 4 play each other.
All right.
To figure out who's going to play the 2 top teams.
And that's how I thought they'd do it, but
if that's the case.
Yeah.
But right now, as we say, till we know for sure and we're told, we don't want to spread no rumors.
Yeah.
I saw that too. That came right from Matt Graham, but till we're actually officially told, we don't want nothing being said that we started a rumor.
Exactly, especially since we have no affiliation, like we said before,
right,
with the league or the team.
Right.
So, and I hope and I wish for the 6-team playoff.
Yeah, especially if our guys can start doing what they're doing. Show that they can play.
Exactly.
And play 60-minute hockey, and great. But if they don't keep playing 60-minute hockey, then we're not going to make it.
Exactly.
I love my Prowlers, like I said, and it's my home team. But if we don't start playing 60-minute hockey, so predictions
for Friday night,
Rob.
All right, Friday night's game. I'll say 4-2 us.
Justin.
I'm going to say 4-3 us, Rob.
Kind of close.
Yeah, you're with me.
I'm going to agree with Justin on the score because if we play the 60-minute hockey, it seems like the games are close. But I'm going to say with a fight because it's Carolina.
So that leaves me I'm going 4-3-2. I'm sorry. And a goalie fight. I'm just gonna go with that.
Who gave you the fight?
Shipman versus Pollard.
Shipman ain't playing right now.
He's not.
He's not playing right now.
We've got somebody
else
else is wearing his jersey number. They blacked it out.
Joe Noman.
Noman's wearing his jersey.
Yeah, Noman's back.
What the hell?
He's back.
We want Shipman.
He's gonna probably be playing, but they're gonna probably play him less.
Yeah.
Now Saturday night, Rob.
Saturday night. I'll say 3-1 us. With a fight and a Friday fight.
Who do you see fighting in that fight, Rob?
Nick Williams.
Okay, your turn, Justin.
Well, both teams are gonna be on the road, or gonna be on the road heading to Carolina. So I'm gonna say 3-2 us.
Okay.
I am going to say, actually, we're going to win it, but I'm going to give us a higher score this time because of the fatigue on both teams, for one. 2, Carolina, if everything goes the way it is right now, is going to, have quite a few still under suspension.
Yeah.
And that's going to make a difference on
yeah.
that second game. The first game, I'm just giving, because like I said, they're going to still play hard, but they're going to have players on suspension. Now the rest of the team's going to be tired, and they're going to have short lines. I'm going to say 5-2, us.
And with me, I'm going with a 4-1 win. just because they're not going to have half the players they need. Mm-hmm. While I believe the Prowlers are actually going to kick up the speed, and they're going to kick up everything they need to win.
And play 60-minute hockey, boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael Batchelor says on the PHL website, it says top 4 qualify for playoffs. That'd be something new because ever since it hasn't said anything for months about anything about playoffs.
Yeah.
So
and unfortunately, the person we're going by is part of the Prowler organization. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we're not going to start no rumors either till we actually hear the actual format ourselves. Because that's what we were expecting, a 4-team playoff.
Exactly.
And that's what I figured it was going to be. You're in the top 4. But hearing that come from somebody from the organization kind of makes you wonder.
So,
and hope.
Yep.
But, like we said, though, be on the lookout for the actual announcement. It's
gonna be, yes.
That's probably going to be here sometime soon, if not by March 1st. Because this is the latest they've ever held out on the playoff format. Yep. So I'm expecting it soon.
Yeah, because I know that's what we had last year, a 4-team playoff. Due to the small league and small amount of teams. And that's what we've done in the past.
It's kind of interesting though. And Mike Grimmett, the playoffs get soft released in January, but they don't really start talking about it until March or April.
Yep.
So that's where it is.
Yep.
And you're welcome, Mike. Bachelor. So, but yeah, that's where.
And I'll tell you something else about that FPHL website. A lot of times they don't change things from the year before until they're ready to put the new information up.
Exactly.
You'll see information from, last season sitting there until they actually update that part of the page sometimes, I notice.
I get it, though. I totally get why they do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So. And thanks for that. Definitely thanks for that. That means a lot to us.
Yes, thank you. And enjoy your guys' week. We will be back tomorrow with Around the Minors, talking about the other teams in other leagues. So we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
See you guys later.
See you guys tomorrow.
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
Hey, this is James Woolman here from Great Lakes Gaming. Are you looking for an excuse to get out of the house? Well, if so, we're your excuse. We have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering games all week long. We run leagues, and we're also open 7 days a week. Every Thursday, we are running disc golf leagues at Hollandwoods Middle School from 5 to 7, all through the spring and summer. Recently, we have become part of the WPN network of Wizards of the Coast. We're going to be starting trivia on Tuesdays, and we run a Super Smash tournament the first Saturday of every month. So that should be plenty of reasons for you to get out of the house.